Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and this is video number 6 in the Homeschool ABC Collab series. This week's letter is the letter F. F for field trips. So the Homeschool ABC Collab series is an open collaboration of homeschoolers here on YouTube. Each week we take a different letter of the alphabet and we talk about how it applies to our homeschool. So if you would like to, you can join in any week that works for you. Just make a video mentioning this channel and the collaboration, and then leave me a link down below so I can add you to the playlist. Of course, make sure you mention the playlist so that your viewers can come check out the other contributors as well. And let's get started. So this week I'm going to be talking about field trips. Field trips are one of those things that are very near and dear to my heart. I feel like that's one of the great advantages of being a homeschooler, is being able to take our kids out and see real world application to what they are learning from their textbooks, from their videos, from the experiments that they're doing. To be able to take them out in the real world and see people applying that to their lives, I think is awesome, and it's one of the great advantages of homeschooling. Sometimes, though, it can be a little bit daunting when you sit back and think, what are we doing? We've done everything that I can think of. So I just wanted to come up with a list of some quick ideas that I know we have enjoyed in our classroom to hopefully get your creativity going, maybe some ideas that you haven't thought of before. Just help get your ideas going for your next unit. So I asked the kids, we talked about all the field trips we had taken, and I asked them which ones really stood out in their minds, and I put an extra bold star next to the ones that all of them loved. So first of all, we have a huge dam, and we did a day in the life video when we went and toured it. So if you have any type of structural, like a dam, or any type of, like, I guess you would say architectural feature in your area, go see if you can get a tour of that. I think that's great for our local history, and it was also really cool to see they generate their own electricity there. It was really neat to see how, I mean, this thing is really old, so how did they use the technology of their time and how it's held up to holding back tons of water in the dam. That was a really cool tour. I have to say I got slightly claustrophobic maybe being down in that thing, because you're under so much concrete and there's so much water there that I thought, ooh. But it was really amazing to see the way that they had used the technology of their day and the way it's held up and become kind of a marvel and a feature of this area. One of the other field trips that we've done is we really like going out to the hatchery in the fall when the salmon are running. I particularly like this when my kids are at a younger age, where they're learning life cycles and they're learning about different types of animals, mammals, amphibians, reptiles, that whole thing. I think that's a lot of fun to take them and let them see that process and why it's done the way it is. We've done a self-guided tour, and we've also done a tour with somebody from the hatchery, and I highly recommend having somebody from the hatchery actually give a tour. If you can get into one of those, it's so informative and a lot of fun. The planetarium. This was one of those that everybody loved. We all love going to the planetarium. Sometimes our co-op will set up field trips, and sometimes we just go on our own. I try to do it at different seasons and not do like 2 back-to-back springs, because usually the shows will change with the seasons, and by the time we get back to going to a spring show, there's been enough of a cycle that the show has changed. Besides just getting to see the show in the Great Big Planetarium, there's also all kinds of scientific tools for space exploration and explaining different things that the kids can do some hands-on learning afterwards. We have a lot of natural features in our area, I suppose. You guys have seen us take trips up to the Volcanic National Park. We've also, I don't remember if I filmed this or not, we also took a trip to a subway cave. And both of those were things that my kids mentioned that they really enjoyed. They like being outside, they like being in nature and learning about the trees and the animals in our area, the plants in our area, and particularly volcanoes. My kids are fascinated with volcanoes. I think it's because of where we live. So my suggestion would be any type of national or state park that you live near. We also live near an amazingly beautiful state park. Castle Crags is about maybe an hour north of us, and it's a California state park, and it's just beautiful. So we love going up there and being able to learn about the resources in our area, the science that kind of goes along with what particularly is, because we kind of live in a unique area. So the kids love doing that kind of thing. Another one that they both, well, all three of them mentioned is they love going to the theater. We are really lucky in that we have a local theater here in town that hosts symphonies. They host, there have been like acrobatic groups that have come through. They host musical groups, and they do 2 plays every year. So we always go to the Christmas play, and we always go to the spring play. My kids love that. They love the excitement of just being out and getting to see live theater. That is so much fun for them. And the music ones too. They all mention that they love the plays, but I know they love going to the musical events as well. And there's nothing quite like seeing a presentation or show live in theater. There's like just the excitement of everybody around you and getting to go out. It's completely different than sitting on your couch at home. So if you have a local theater that you can go to, even if it's like, you know, just local theater, it's not a huge production, make sure you go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And this one we threw in here just for fun. We have a group that goes roller skating once a month, and my kids love to go roller skating with them. It's a good way for them to like hang out with their friends and to be able to just get some energy out, especially in these winter months. They love being able to go do that. And the last one is any sort of restaurant that will host you. We have done a tour of In-N-Out, which was a lot of fun. It's sometimes pretty hard to get into In-N-Out. They don't do a lot of tours, but that one would be a good one to look into. I also know Round Table and Pizza Hut will do tours of their kitchens. So if you are thinking of kind of a more casual style restaurant, go ahead and give them a call. They probably would be really willing to do something like that for you. Another thought I had was your grocery store. We've done field trips in the grocery store, which is really fun. We got to see all kinds of behind the scenes stuff of how they keep the produce cool enough, and they just keep everything organized behind the scenes. And then I just had a passing thought. Oh, we have a gems and minerals store about 30 minutes from us, and they actually do tours, and they will talk about the gems and where the minerals come from and how they do the mining. It is a store, and this is what really surprised me, is that they did a tour and they were very hands-on with the kids and talked about different minerals, different earth science, which was perfect for us because that's right where we are at right now. And I never would have thought of just calling a store and saying, hey, can you talk us through this process? But they were wonderful. They were so informative and gave us lots of great information. So be on the lookout for things like that too, that don't automatically pop up as like a tour field trip site. So those are some of the ideas I have for field trips right now. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what were some of the best field trips you've ever taken, maybe some of the most unusual field trips you've ever taken. And make sure if you make a video like this one for the collaboration, leave me that link down below so I can add you to the playlist. I hope you guys enjoy these ideas. I hope they get you thinking about how you can get out and about in your community with your homeschoolers, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.